Hello, 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 and welcome to my channel. My name is Darcy, and I'm going to be showing you my second make for BeeBeeCraft. That's BeeBeeCraft.com. Links will be in the description. And today I want to work with this black felt, and I'm going to make a journal cover. I guess I need to move this a little further back here. Alright, so this is going to be the inside of my journal cover. So basically I just need to cover this side with felt because I want a little bit, I want some softness to it, so that's why I want to use the felt. And it does seem to be pretty straight on the end here, so that's nice. Just not sure if I need to use, this has a plastic, so I don't want to use my I do not want to use, what's the word I want? My fabric scissors, because of the plastic. I'll cut it first. And if I knew where my rotary cutter was, this would be easier and faster. And I'm trying to think, because I'm going to do it that way. I'm going to come in a little bit, or I'm going to go over a little bit. Wait. Well, because then that will show. So I'm going to come in a little bit. Because, well, I want the, twice as far on this side though. I don't want it to cover the whole Dunkin' Donuts thing. Doesn't, you know what? I'm just going to cut it afterwards, I think. Oh my goodness. I don't know what I'm doing. Alright, this is too long to work with. That's the part of my problem. Alright, here we go. So, this is 11. So I want to cut it at 10 inches. That's what I want to do. Although I probably don't need a whole half, but okay, and I will give myself some leeway to work with. Okay. I need to be able to see in case it's not perfectly straight, because it's not perfectly straight, but it's not perfectly crooked either. I just need to be able to see this a little bit. Alright, I'll cut it at, well, this is part of the problem. I'm supposed to be down here, because that's what, I'm like, that seems long. Alright, line it up there. We'll line it up there. Then I have my 10.5 there, and my 10.5 here. Which I feel like if I going towards that. Now on the roll it is a little bit harder to work with, but you can do any size up to the I forget the size of it. It is almost 16 inches. It's like 15 3/4 inches this way. And then I thought it said it was 78 inches, 72 inches. I don't remember. Like I said, the description is in, there'll be a link in the description box so that you will be able to, what did I just do? Yep, that's good. And then I want to, okay, it didn't come out perfect. Or maybe this side's wider. What did I do? What was I thinking? I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know how to measure, apparently. Well, you know what? First of all, let's get this a little bit smaller. Let me see, what does this feel like once it gets that gone? It's a little thinner. Alright, I think the sewing machine will go through that. So let's just go ahead and glue this on here. So that's the sticky side, which I want on the cardboard side. I've already attempted to do my folds where I want them. Oops. Trying to cut off these little. This is from the top of a Dunkin' Donuts box, in case you're not sure. It's worth the trip. But just make sure the gal is wearing the mask over her nose when she's making your coffee. Otherwise, she'll have to make it again. For me, she will anyway, because I have a son with an autoimmune condition, so I can't be bringing home. Like, if I was bringing home a drink for him, I definitely would have. This is very sticky, by the way, which I'm sure is a good thing. I'm not going to waste this bit right here. I'll show you what I'm going to do with it. Alright. And what I'm going to do is, how big are these? These are I'm going to put this one this way. Use up my scraps. And I'm going to cut this one this way. I know you're like, what is that lady doing? Is she crazy? And put this piece, which piece is straighter? That way. And then I want it to be at least this big, so it'll be a little bit bigger. I'm recording. I won't be, well, I just want to do this. Probably be able to film that little piece right there. This is going to be the bottom part anyway, so. Like I said, super sticky. Which is what you want, right? So this, I've just taken my scraps. Because, you know, you don't waste things. I'm going to take a tiny sliver from here. Hopefully. It might be too tiny. Yeah, that was too tiny. Now I have little threads. Let's try again a little bit less tiny. And fill in that little spot right there, which is going on the bottom anyway, but I don't necessarily want it to stick everywhere. So, there. So now I have a thing to put my little distress ink on. What I might, I'm not sure what I'll do. I made it a little small. Oh, what I could do, though, is you could just glue it to the bottom, and then anytime you use it, you're not going to get that noise that people hate. So you could even just put the felt right on, stick it right onto there, one section of it. So that was one thought I had to use with some scraps. I don't need that right this second. So let's move on. We have, this is going to be sort of a trifold. And the black's not actually going to show. The black is there just to give me a little bit of smoosh. So now I'm going to attempt to cut my fabric because we saw how well that worked last time. The fabric I definitely cut bigger. And I think this is the Ausenberg, but I'm not sure. I just really liked it. And then I saw Gail Augustinelli using something, hers was coffee dyed that she was using. And that was really cool. And I was like, oh, that's cool. And then I looked it up and saw like a close-up version of it. And I was like, hey, I just bought that stuff a couple weeks ago. So that made me happy. I do find it much easier to rip fabric than to cut it, especially initially. After I sew it, I will probably use my pinking shears and cut around the edge. So there's that. Awesome. Okay. And then I want to go a little bit further here too. But I like this fabric. Well, I hadn't thought about, I wasn't soon going to be doing a coffee journal. But I had this Dunkin' Donuts box and I was like, So I went ahead and did this. This made me think of coffee, with the little, almost like little coffee grounds, that fabric. So I thought that would be good. Now I just need to decide if I do want to go around. No, I want to, I'll cut it off when I'm done. But I was trying, I just need a little something to hold it on there while I sew it, but I don't want it right where I'm gonna sew it. You know what I mean? Jelly bean. So Babycraft.com has a program going right now for YouTubers who have 100 or more subscribers. And you can go on their website and check that out. Once you sign up, they'll send you emails telling you exactly what you need to do. Basically, you need to do one video doing an unboxing. This isn't gonna work, is it? And one video, and then 2 videos showing making something with what you got. So I'm just gonna put these here to hold them on until I get to that place. Otherwise, what happens is it doesn't stay. I end up getting bunched up in places. So, well, that's nice. And I don't have the cute little sewing one, so I'm just going to use these little inexpensive things that I got at, where did I get them? Oh, Tuesday Morning. That's not an online store. They don't have an online store, so I'm okay saying that. Except they have these little hooks on them, which is nice if you want hooks. I'm probably going to end up taking mine off, especially right now. But if these don't work, then I have my bulldog clips. Don't need no special sewing stuff. And I usually, when I start sewing, I'll start sewing going around this way, starting at the bottom at the back, and then going all the way around like that. That's what I usually do. Did I have more bulldog clips? No. And I need to put my, okay, come on. My gesso is in there for some weird reason. I don't even usually do this, but the last couple times I've tried to do a book cover, it has come out. Now you can see it's a little dark under there, but you can't necessarily tell there's black felt under there. And what it does for me in this instance, it makes it look a little darker, so more like coffee. So that's a good thing. But like I said in my the first one or the second video for them, I believe I said something to the effect of my recommendation is to have it in a lighter fabric, because I think they had black and another like dark, I don't even know if they had another color, but they didn't even have white. So this is gonna go like this. So I'm gonna pause for a second while I get out the sewing machine and set it up. I am back. I went ahead and sewed it, and I did have some issues. Remember how I said that was sticky? And remember how I had made the decision not to go in some? Well, that was the wrong decision. I should have gone ahead and made the felt smaller, because what ended up happening is that, and my needle got all sticky. So I cut all that off, cleaned up my needle, fixed my tension, and now we have a mini journal. And then when I sewed it this time, well, first of all, the glue had some time to dry. I think that helped the most. And I sewed from this side. So I don't know if that helped or not, because then it's not coming back up through the glue. So here's our cover. It's going to end up being more of a mini journal, but that's all right. We'll make it work. And I'm just making the cover today, but I want to show you how I plan to do the closure. That's what I want to do, is the closure. So I'm going to take the thread that we used the other day, and we're going to get some brown. I'm going to get some brown, yep. And then I need 1, 2, and enough to tie it. Does have some stretch. And then also I'm going to need this, and I'm doing this on the front, and that way you're not going to see when it's closed, you're not going to see the brown on the front, but the closure on the front, you're just going to see a little bit of it. Alright, so I'm just going to eyeball this, I guess. Going to 1/8 inch here. And I want to make sure that I'm not going through any of my threads. So going far over as I can without going into the threads. And doing the same down here. So hoping that I'm about the same area. Let's see. I said I was going to eyeball it, but you know, I'll eyeball some of it. So it's about 1 centimeter to where it starts. So this way just a little bit, I think. Where's the... Oh, I don't even know how to measure a centimeter apparently. Hold on. Yeah, about 1 centimeter to where it starts, but you just got to be able to tell. Alright, that is way down there. Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, and then I'm going to move this to that position so that I can put my eyelets in. And I'm not sure where my colored ones are right this second, although I should know where they are. I rearranged things so that I would know where they are. Isn't that always the way? But I don't see them. So we'll just use these silver ones. So I just put this, the part that's going to be seen, and then I'm putting it right in here. So I'm putting in 2 small 1/8 inch eyelets on the corners, making sure I don't go through the threads. So now I have my 2 eyelets, and then I'm going to take my string, which went somewhere. I lost my string. Where'd my string go, people? Is that it? I think that's it. Okay. So, for right now, I'm going to go, I came through here, and then I'm going to go, which way am I want to go? Alright, I think I'm going to go through here. And I'm going to close this, and I'm going to tie it until it pretty much stays closed how I want it. And there's going to be other stuff in there, so I don't need to make it super, super tight. In fact, I might want to give it a little bit of a little breathing space, because I think I'm going to do a hinged journal, so that may make it a little bit thicker. So, and then once I haven't done a bone folder on these yet either, so that should do what I'm going to need it to do, I think. I always say that and then I tighten it just a little more. A couple more for good luck and good measure. And then I'm going to cut that off a little so that if I need to fix it, I can. Alright. Now I'm just going to pull this through here. I should have done that before I did all those. There we go. So that this tie is inside the cover. Now when I close it, this will be my closure. So that's how it'll close. So you'll see this on the front when it's open, but when you close it, you put that to the back. So that is, I've got the felt in here, which it feels pretty nice. It feels nice. I like the feeling of it. You just have to remember, don't sew through it when you first put it in, because it's super sticky and going to gum up your needle. Or if I was using a paper bag, I would have gone in I would have had the felt be inside like this, and then the fabric go out, and then I would have sewn on the outside of the felt, because I like that feeling too. I like where it's thinner on the outside and thicker on the inside, which I learned when I got this particular envelope in the mail one day. It's not bubble wrap, it's something else in there, which is what made me think of using the felt in the first place. So that is my little mini journal, which will end up being a coffee journal, and it's even small enough to stick in your purse even if you want to. So that is that. And I could even, oh, here we go. These are coffee colors right here. We've got espresso and a latte, basically, right? So let's, for fun, just go ahead and put those. These I also got at BB Craft, and the links for all the products that I use from BB Craft, and the link to check out the YouTube program will be in the description underneath the video, you know, where the description is. You click that little arrow and you get a description. So these are cute because they're kind of coffee colors. So I like that. That's fun. And I did use brown thread on this because, you know, coffee. So that is it. Thank you for joining me. Have a delightful day, everybody. Much love.